Guys, Mike Martz loves the Detroit Lions.
Our former offensive coordinator.
Of all the people, the greatest show on turf, the offensive wizard of the Kurt Warner-led St. Louis Rams.
Not here.
The former offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. He was the head coach of the offense.
He sure was.
He loves this team. Here's what he said. Defensively, they'll be so much better this year. The defense could move up into the top 15. Offensively, they're a top 5 team with a chance to be the best.
Isn't that something?
Well, if that is the case, Braylon, let's just say they're a top 5 offense and a top 15 defense.
Conference championship.
They're playing in the NFC Championship game.
Conference championship.
Yeah.
Like, that's the recipe.
With luck.
That's 100%. You got to have some luck in there. Every team that has ever won something has had a little bit of luck along the way. But that's conference championship status. Like, when you talk about 15-5 like that. But he's absolutely right. Like, Ryan and Maz, look at it from this point. Look how bad the Lions were last year on defense, especially in the first half of the year. They were horrendous. You had a couple players. You'll get better than they were last year. But the second half of the year, the young players for the team started playing really well. And then in the offseason, you saw what they did in terms of filling voids that they needed. This team is going to be much better. And if they were that good last year with an average defense, or a bad defense, a historically bad defense in the first 6 games, if they could be that good during the end of that year, what can they do this year in an NFC that we know? Yes, we understand the Eagles, but they got questions, as you pointed out, Ryan and Monty. Yes, we understand San Francisco. Was Brock Purdy an 8-game show? The NFC is right for the taking, and I understand, like 15-5, that'll get you in the game.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of analysts and players say last year, the way they finished, 8-2, we know how great they finished, and it's all over. It's not. What I hear is a lot of these guys that are talking about this team think they can bring that swagger into this season. Mm-hmm. And that's what the NFL's banking on, putting them against the world champs. By the way, 1 month from today, we'll be playing football.
And not only that, but you talk about swagger. You can't look at a video, read a report about this guy, look at some list, hear anything. What I'm talking about is Jared Goff. And everybody that has seen practice this year, I've not been out to camp this year, but everybody that has been to camp, that's covering camp, that looks at this stuff, says he is playing his best football of his career. He just looks like a completely different guy, in command, and everything is on point. And he's a top 9 quarterback, according to Fox NFL analysts. They put their top 9 quarterbacks entering this season. Jared Goff comes in at number 9 in a 3-way tie, really, with Matthew Stafford and Kirk Cousins.
I'll take that.
Only Mahomes, Burrow, Allen Herbert, Hurts, Rodgers, Jackson, and Prescott are better.
I wouldn't put Prescott ahead of him.
I wouldn't either, to be honest with you. But is it possible that everybody, all of us, have been wrong about Jared Goff?
It is absolutely possible, Ryan. Just look at this. And this is one of the key things that it doesn't get brought up a lot, but when it does.
Including Sean McVay.
Including Sean McVay.
Guess what? I'm glad you said that. He knows he's going to eat his crow because after he won the Super Bowl, what was the first call he made? He called Jared Goff and apologized.
Yep.
That was the first call he made after winning the championship. He knows he's going to have to eat that crow, but that's coming. The one stat we always forget is how young he is. Seems like he's been in the league forever. It seems like that Super Bowl was 10 years ago. He just finished year 7. Like, in 7 years, he's had 3 seasons of over 4,400 yards. Last year, he was 44-38, 7 interceptions, 29 touchdowns, 99 QBR. And oh, by the way, in the last 10 games, he didn't throw a pick. Didn't turn the ball over either. Like, he is entering his phase. He is entering everything that Sean McVay knew when Jeff Fisher, when they drafted him, number 1 overall. Yeah. He was a number 1 pick. I remember watching him on Ballers. Now, I'm not going to say I thought he was going to come back and do what he's doing because I'd be lying. But I remember watching him on Ballers when he was on there, and he just looked the part. Like, he looked like the quarterback of a team.
Hollywood.
Like, he fit the bill of an NFL quarterback, and now you're seeing it in a different light. Jared Goff is having a great time, but now he's coming to his own as a leader. He's coming to his own and understanding who he is. Now that he understands who he is, he can understand what he needs to be for the Detroit Lions. I think he's doing that.
Sean McVay basically sent him to purgatory. Nobody wanted him. Brad Holmes says, "Oh no, we'll make the deal, but we're taking Goff." And the Rams are like, "Oh great, this makes the deal even better." When this is all written, it's going to be the greatest deal for both teams in the history of professional sports. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl. Jared Goff's on his way to taking his team to where they've never been. I'm all in.
You know what? One of the reasons why, Brad Holmes is who he is, as well as, he just is able to, I think, identify talent with an eye that is so critical that you and I or nobody else has.
Yeah.
From day one that this trade was made, he said, we view Jared Goff as our long-term starter. And I think for a lot of us who have been here for years, a lot of us who are in the media,
We
a
laughed
lot
it
of
off.
fans, that's funny. That's kind of what you got to say.
Yeah.
I understand that. And then the draft came and went, and they didn't take a quarterback. And he says, yeah, we view Jared Goff as our long-term starter. And we kind of laughed it off. And then, again, you're not going to pay Jared Goff $40 million. We view Jared Goff as he has been so steadfast in saying that Jared Goff is the starter. He drafted Hendon Hooker with an eye on improving the quarterback room. This team has not drafted and developed a quarterback since, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford.
Really. But that was 15 years ago. 14 years ago.
Jesus, that long?
It's a long time. So, and even before that, I'm not sure you could say that this organization had any success drafting and developing a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, you talked about Jared Goff, you talked about drafting a quarterback. Like, Jared Goff, like, usually here you go. You see quarterbacks and you say, you know what, he's a guy that you got to put everything around him for him to be successful. That's always when you do quarterback tiers, you start to look. The top guys can win games by themselves. No one can win games by themselves, but you get what I'm saying. Tier 2 is the guys you're like, these guys are really good, but you got to put the team around them, etc. Every great quarterback that has won a Super Bowl had a freaking team around him. Like, everybody's had a team around him. You're like, man, that Joe Montana. Do you want me to name his freaking offense?
Excuse me, we apologize.
Kids out there, my apologies. But yeah, do you want me to name his offense? Do you want me to name his defense? Troy Aikman, you want me to name his offense? You want me to name his defense? Terry Bradshaw, you want me to name his offense? You want me to name his defense? He's in a situation that he deserves to be in. And that Super Bowl that he got that team too. It's not like you're looking at Trent Dilfer numbers. It's not like you're looking at Jared Goff. Someone's like, yeah, he got the Super Bowl. No, Jared Goff was he was an MVP consideration that year. It's not like he just was a Trent Dilfer type quarterback.
Hey, listen, they took this guy and they rebuilt him. He came here, we all know. He came to Birmingham. He didn't know what the hell he was looking for. He had a guy walking around with him to make sure he was going to be okay. All right.
It's so
He's
true.
Before you know it, him and his fiancee Kristen Harper are walking through Lady Jane's and walking to Birmingham Roast and hanging out and doing their thing. And here he is now. He has been rebuilt to the quarterback who was taken number 1 by the St. Louis Rams or Los Angeles Rams back then. And I remember when they were switching over from St. Louis to LA.
Rams.
It was St. Louis. It was 1 year.
You're right.
It was switching over to LA at that time because I remember that was a Hard Knocks.
Yeah, 2017.
I remember that. And he's been rebuilt. His personality, his confidence. That's all you need. He had the tools. He's not fumbling anymore. He's not throwing interceptions. He's behind a phenomenal top 5, top 3 offensive line. He's got a great rookie running back who they're putting everything on. And they got David Montgomery, who is a monster. All right? And we're going to wait till J-Mo's ready. Till then, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the guys. And he's in the perfect spot now.
Yeah, and don't forget about Sam Laporta, who's going to be his best friend.
Yep.
The other thing, and you hit the nail on the head talking about, just look at how he's changed in doing the press interviews. When he first got to Detroit, head was down. He didn't talk very loud. He was like, we want to go out there and put we work hard and like that was him. Yeah. Couldn't see his eyes. Now when he's at the box, now when he's talking, he's here. Chest out, he's talking. He's like, I think the guys had a good practice today. We want to err on the side of caution as it relates. Like this is him now, versus this. This is a guy that wants to win.
And I'm so glad you said what you said about the quarterbacks too, and having teams around him. We say, this guy can win a game by himself. No, he cannot.
No.
Nobody can.
Take Travis Kelce out the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I was just going, like, Patrick Mahomes, for as great as he is, he's got probably one of the most brilliant minds as a head coach in terms of offense. Ever in the history of the league. He's got probably the best tight end to ever play in the history of the league.
He's 1 or 2.
Top 3. Yep.
He had one of the best wide receivers in the game play with him in Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
He's got one of the best defensive players leading the team. So,
and Frank Clark leads the NFL history in sacks in the postseason.
And you know what you have if you don't have those guys? Perhaps Justin Herbert, Dan Marino. That's what you have. If you don't have the ability to have
Warren
a team
Moon.
around you, Warren Moon, Dan Marino,
Donovan McNabb,
Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, we say never won a playoff game. You know, he's probably got one of the least talented groups of offense, like 53-man roster of any of the top quarterbacks that we see. I mean, I think his head coach is miserable too, and you can throw that into the mix.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No, I don't either. But do you think Justin Herbert would be a little bit better with Andy Reid as coach?
Hell yeah.
Do you think Justin Herbert would be good with Travis Kelce? I'm not trying to minimize what Patrick Mahomes is doing. I'm just trying to highlight.
He's different anyway.
He is different. He's a unicorn.
How about we give Justin Herbert some receivers that can play 17 games?
Exactly. I'm just trying to highlight that it is a team sport, football. So maybe, yes. Does Jared Goff need a team built around him?
Yeah.
Yes, just like everybody else.
Exactly.